You know that feeling when you finish a story and you're left feeling empty? The story was so good that you don't know what to do with yourself. Most stories are decent, but they're ultimately forgettable. Every once in a while, something special comes along that locks you in and becomes your new obsession. There are specific, logical reasons why this happens, and it's not a matter of luck or random inspiration. It's the result of careful, deliberate storytelling choices made by intelligent authors. In this video, we're going to break down the 10 traits that separate peak fiction from everything else. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what these traits are and why they work so well, and what you can apply to your own work. The first trait of peak fiction is a strong opening. A strong opening establishes a unique situation or a sense of mystery that feels entirely fresh. It raises immediate questions and sets up a scenario that commands attention from the very first page, or even the very first sentence. With a weaker opening, a story is easy to put down. It is easy to close the book, shut off the screen, and walk away without ever looking back. A strong opening doesn't allow that to happen. It creates an immediate state of instability, making the audience feel like something major is unfolding right now. And if they turn away, they're going to miss it. While many average stories take several chapters to find their footing and establish their purpose, peak fiction earns that focus immediately. It sets a high standard of quality right from the very start, building immediate interest that sustains the viewer through the early setup chapters. A strong opening has a compelling premise, or a character in a fascinating situation that immediately triggers curiosity. When an opening is built with this kind of focus, it acts as a promise to the audience that the rest of the story will be just as engaging. The second trait is a unique world-building premise. World building isn't simply about maps, currency, or historical timelines. While those details are a great foundation, a compelling world has a central rule or constraint that shapes how everything functions. It dictates how the characters live, how their society runs, and how they solve their daily problems. Attack on Titan is a great example of this mechanic. The initial premise is very simple. Humanity is trapped inside massive walls because mindless, human-eating giants roam the outside world. That is the fundamental constraint of their reality. Because of that single constraint, every other detail makes perfect sense. The military structure, the city layouts, the class divisions, the constant fear, and the political systems all stem directly from that constraint. The rule your world is built on could be simple, like, dead people don't stay buried, unless a specific ritual is done to keep them dead, etc. A premise built on a logical rule generates conflict automatically. The environment acts as a pressure cooker, forcing the characters to react to the limitations of their world in every scene. The setting becomes an active force in the narrative, rather than just a passive background. When a story is built around a constraint that pushes against the characters, the story develops naturally from the world itself, keeping the plot moving. Having a rule for your world ensures that the world building is integrated with the drama. Instead of pausing the story to explain lore, the world reveals itself through the struggles of the characters as they try to survive within it. The environment itself forces the drama, making the world feel high stakes. The third trait is a well-thought-out power system. In stories with magic, superpowers, or unique combat mechanics, the power system usually has strict logic. Audiences have seen the same basic abilities recycled so many times that a copycat power system is instantly recognizable. The best stories either take the same abilities and gives them a completely unique spin without copying common tropes, or they write something completely new that hasn't been done well before. The fourth trait is an unbeatable threat. The audience has to believe that the main character cannot win. A vague feeling that the upcoming battle is going to be tough is not really enough. The situation must feel like a complete dead end, with absolutely no way out for the main cast of characters. This is difficult to do because modern audiences understand storytelling. We know that the protagonist usually survives, so our default state is a lack of real fear. Great stories make the audience forget those rules exist by building a threat so overwhelming and convincing that our logic gets bypassed by genuine worry. While some threats come in the form of a physical monster or a powerful villain, others could be a corrupt system, a psychological battle, or a terrible situation that the characters have walked themselves into. Great villains are introduced early and built up slowly, creating a sense of dread that makes the final confrontation feel monumental. The fifth trait is characters that aren't stupid. It's incredibly frustrating when characters make clearly bad decisions just to keep the plot moving. When there are simple, obvious ways they could have solved their problems, but they choose none of them, it pulls you right out of the story. The same feeling happens when characters act completely recklessly in a life or death situation in a way that directly goes against their training and past experiences. Character intelligence means showing characters act like real people would act, given their personality, their past, and what they currently know. Well-written characters absolutely make mistakes, but those mistakes come from their established established flaws rather than from plot convenience. The moment a character acts dumb just because the script needs them to get into trouble, the audience notices immediately. Keeping character choices logical keeps the viewer locked in. Even when a character makes a decision that leads to disaster, the audience understands why they did it, recognizing that the mistake was a natural result of their own human flaws. The sixth trait is multiple character arcs. Peak fiction is never just a one-man show. The best stories build an entire cast of characters who feel like they're the main characters of their own individual lives. Supporting characters need their own goals, struggles, and transformations, rather than existing just to help the main character. Managing 5 or 6 different arcs simultaneously, without neglecting any of them, takes serious writing skill. When secondary characters don't get enough attention, they start to feel like chess pieces. They show up when the plot needs someone to fight or deliver information, and then they disappear when they're no longer useful. In great storytelling, every major character has their own personal arc running alongside the main plot. One character might be struggling with being a coward, another might be slowly falling into corruption, while someone else is trying to redeem themselves for a past mistake. The story makes room for these personal journeys. Their arcs don't all need to end happily, but they all need to feel complete. When everyone in the cast is undergoing their own logical change, the entire world feels much more alive and realistic. A decision made by a side character in their own arc has ripple effects that impact the main character, making the entire story feel connected. The seventh trait is consistency. There is nothing worse than picking up a story with a strong opening only to watch it fall apart during the middle sections. In many ways, starting strong and dropping in quality is worse than a story that was never good to begin with, because now you're left with a sense of disappointment and wasted time. Consistency means that the story starts strong and maintains its energy, pacing, and tone throughout the entire run. The unique premise and rules established in Chapter 1 remain relevant and engaging in Chapter 50. The story shouldn't suddenly drift into a completely different genre or stall with massive amounts of unnecessary filler. This consistency comes from a clear roadmap where every scene, dialogue, and arc has a clear purpose. When the ending is planned before the middle is written, nothing feels aimless. Every single chapter is actively building toward a defined destination. The eighth trait is the Lightbulb Moment. This is easily one of the most satisfying experiences a story can give you. It is the exact moment where all the scattered pieces of the puzzle suddenly click together. A mystery that seemed impossible to solve dozens of chapters ago is suddenly explained. A minor, offhand detail you thought was completely random turns out to be the key to the entire plot. Rather than acting as a standard plot twist, a great lightbulb moment restructures your entire understanding of everything you've already experienced. A lightbulb moment forces you to reevaluate the whole story. When it lands correctly, it makes the viewer want to immediately go back to the very beginning and reread or rewatch the story with a completely new perspective. This satisfying payoff relies on subtle clues planted early in the story, hidden in plain sight. If the clues are too obvious, the surprise is ruined. If they're too hidden, the reveal feels random. When done right, the reveal feels both shocking and completely inevitable, leaving the viewer marveling at the sheer craft of the setup. A true lightbulb moment provides all the necessary pieces beforehand, letting the surprise come from how those pieces naturally connect. This technique respects the intelligence of the audience, creating a lasting impression that turns a good story into something you'll talk about for years. The ninth trait is a lack of plot holes. When a story is truly exceptional, the audience will naturally want to analyze it. They'll think about it when they're not reading, talk about it with friends online, and look closely at how the world works. If there are contradictions in your plot or world, your readers will inevitably find them. Rather than being a minor technical mistake, a plot hole signals that the logic of the world has broken down. The moment a viewer notices a major logical error, it breaks their immersion. They stop trusting the author's ability to tell a coherent story, and they start questioning everything else. Once that trust is broken, the magic is gone, and it's almost impossible to get it back. When the story holds up under scrutiny, it shows a level of dedication that instantly sets the story apart from careless authors. The 10th trait is a satisfying ending. What makes an ending good is highly subjective. We can define a satisfying ending in a very simple way. At the bare minimum, it doesn't ruin the story that came before it. It answers the main questions that were raised. It resolves the central conflicts and gives the characters a sense of closure. There's many ways an ending can fall flat, but rushing it is by far the most common. After spending days, weeks, or even years following characters through a complex world, a rushed ending feels like a massive letdown. It shows that the author simply ran out of patience, time, or ideas, and wanted to get to the finish line as quickly as possible. Another major pitfall is leaving too many questions completely unanswered. While a little bit of mystery can be great when it's done intentionally, leaving massive plot points unresolved looks like unfinished work. Also, having characters make sudden, out-of-character choices at the very end just to force a specific outcome breaks the logic of the entire journey. A satisfying ending makes the audience finish the story with a sigh of relief, knowing that every single minute they spent on the journey was absolutely worth it. A story's ending doesn't need to be perfectly happy or convenient. Some of the most satisfying endings are deeply tragic or bittersweet. What matters is that the ending is the natural destination that every single chapter has been building toward. When the themes of the journey are fully realized at the very end, it turns the story into a complete masterpiece. In conclusion, those are the 10 traits that separate peak fiction from everything else. A strong opening that earns your attention immediately. A world-building premise built on a rule or constraint. A unique power system that hasn't been done before. A threat the audience actually believes the characters won't win against. Characters that aren't stupid and make logical decisions. Multiple character arcs running simultaneously. Maintaining consistency from start to finish. A lightbulb moment that reframes the entire story. Writing a story with few to zero plot holes. And a satisfying ending that creates closure. Not every great story has all 10 of these elements, but the ones that we call peak fiction usually have most of them. If this video was helpful, hit the like button and leave a comment below. Also, if you want to get started writing your first one-shot manga, head over to mangascript.com to download the one-shot guide. It's a page-by-page breakdown of 3 high-quality manga one-shots, and it makes it 10 times easier to write your own script. And don't forget to join our Discord community. The link is in the description. It's a great place to share your work and connect with fellow creators. Thanks for watching.